Hey everybody, welcome back to Recordology. For those of you that checked out my video this weekend about the vacation, thank you very much for watching that. It was just a fun thing to share with you guys. Went up to Yellowstone, shared some really cool sights and sounds. I did notice that the sound had some issues and there was some pixelation there. So I'm not 100% sure where that came from. The source file is pristine. We think we might have a little compression issue with the upload, but anyway, just for fun, for you guys to enjoy. Today though, we are back at it, reviewing another turntable record player. Today it's the Crosley Revolution, a modern day iteration of the old Soundburger from Audio-Technica, or Mr. Disc as it was known in the US. What's the point of this style? Well, it's portable, very small. It doesn't have built-in speakers. It comes with headphones, but the idea is being battery powered and USB powered, you can do a couple of things with this. You can use it as a backup turntable to back up your vinyl to MP3, hooking it up to the computer, or you can just use it as a portable turntable and take it to vinyl shops, thrift stores and whatnot with the included headphones. Battery powered, you can just check out records right on the spot. So something very unique and different, and we're gonna take a look at it. These normally sell for $79, I believe. I got this one at Second & Charles on sale for like $30, I think it was. It was a really good deal. So here's the installation disc. That's gonna come with Audacity, would be my guess. And Audacity is free online as well. In fact, if you do use the disc to download, you'll probably wanna update it just in case there's a newer version. Audio-Technica the program that comes on this disc, Audacity, there we go. Audacity may look intimidating when you first take a look at it, but you only need a couple of things in there. And we've done videos on, recording and restoring vinyl. We're gonna do more, but it's not difficult. So don't be intimidated by that, it's pretty easy. And then you get the manual itself. As you can see, this design is inspired strongly by the Soundburger design, although when seen side by side, and Techmoan did a video, of course, about it. A very good video. You can see that they are, quite different in, size and whatnot. So anyway, let's take a look at this. Comes in 2 clamshell foam pieces. You got the turntable wrapped in plastic. And here we have USB cable, and that is it. Cool. All right, let's take a closer look. Okay, so here is the turntable itself, a record player. You may be asking yourself, that has an awfully small platter. Is that okay to play your records on such a small platter? When it comes to platters, bigger is better. You want a flatter, more complete surface, one that completely supports the record, ideally. Why is that? Well, some records, thinner records, can be warped on the edges, or I shouldn't say warped, they can be warped, but they can, sort of bend down under their own weight. So when you have a flat, full-size platter, it supports that and keeps that record completely flat. The reason why you would want that is when the record is the needle's in the grooves, there can be minute differences in terms of the vertical tracking angle and stuff like that. So you would want for that to be flat. However, are you going to notice a difference on this? No. For this type of a turntable, it really isn't going to matter, you guys. You're not going to notice. Okay, let's take a look here. So it is sort of this like red, although in person, it's more of the box makes it look more of like a bright, cartoon clown red. But in real life, and I don't know how well this is coming across on camera, it's more of a tomato soup colored, almost like a cross between an orangey red, and it's a soft touch material. So which is good because that'll prevent, fingerprints. It's not going to be a fingerprint magnet. So it's sort of a matte finish. We got the stamp name in there. So there are different Crosley Revolution turntables. There are some with the clear plastic on top they're a closer match to the Soundburger design. This one does not. It's a solid color here, so or the solid lid. We have the on and off power switch. It's a 2-position switch. We have the same button for 2 speeds. We have an open switch back here. We have a handle here. That's really cool. That's like a fabric handle. I like that. That's cool. So you carry it with you right into the vinyl shop. Down here we've got USB, and you can power it off of the USB, which is what I'm going to do. Power indicator, a line output, so you can connect this to external speakers, yada, 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 or a headphone jack, which is really cool. On the bottom here, we have a couple of compartments. We have the battery door. They even include a ribbon, which is cool. You tuck that under the batteries, and when it comes time to pull them out, it's easy. You just tug on the ribbon, and they pop right out. So that's good. This one was made July of 2013. This is kind of funny. And yes, mine also has the misspelled replacement needle NP6. That's funny. If you watch Techmoan's video, he also had that on his. So a little bit of a typo. Earphone jack, or earphones are up here. Usually earphones that come with products aren't the best. And I actually don't prefer these in-ear style ones, but we'll give them a test. Anyway, you got an extra compartment there. Good rubber feet. Those do feel good. You can flip it between battery power and USB power. We're going to be doing USB. And that's pretty much all there is to it until you open it up. Oh, there's a volume knob right there. So when you have the headphone jack, you need the volume knob. So yeah, let's go ahead and open it up. I have never played with one of these before. This is completely new to me. Okay, that's cool. It's got a good opening action there. And there is the turntable. Smallest platter you've ever seen. You may be thinking to yourself, can you play 3-inch records on this? Yes, you can, and we will. You've got a typical Skywind type of tone arm here, which will get the job done. We're going to go ahead and everybody's saying right now, who's going to damage your records? Well, why don't we find out? You hear me talking all the time about how these don't damage your records, but I'm going to prove it to you yet again with the stylus pressure gauge, and we'll find out. This is the rest and apparently also the 45 adapter. That's kind of cool. So let me see here. Is the idea then that you can... Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, don't forget to use the switch. All right, that's pretty much all there is to it. Yeah, ceramic cartridge, of course. Let's go ahead and see. Does this have a diamond? Since it's designed this way, I don't need to pop it off to show you. I can just angle it up here. So that actually looks like it might be a diamond stylus to me. That's really interesting. Huh. Okay. So what I would do though, when you get these plastic cantilevers and you get ruby or sapphire styli, think of that as like an ink cartridge that comes in a printer. It's going to work fine. It's just going to last a little bit less long than a diamond one with a metal cantilever. So kind of a placeholder. Buying replacement ones with the diamond and the metal, really cheap on eBay. Again, you're going to want to know that size though, which is NP6, because all the red tip ones look very similar, but there can be variations. So yeah, there you go. Okay, let's power it up and give it a listen. Okay, so we're going to power it off of USB. I've just got the other end of this cable plugged into a generic brick that I had. And here is the line output, because like I said, it doesn't have speakers. So either have to line output, and you can use a cable that has a TRS 1/8 inch on this end like this, and then RCA to plug it into like a left and right, red and white RCA to plug it into your stereo system, or powered speakers, whatever. Or you can just use a 1/8 inch to 1/8 inch like I'm doing, connected to an external speaker, which is off camera. And that's really all there is to connecting it. There is a volume control here. I'm not sure if that's going to control, I'm not sure if that'll control the volume out with that cable or just the headphone out. Probably just the headphone out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and power this up. I'm going to open it up again. I'm going to take the tone arm, put it in the out position there. Sorry this is such a close shot, but figured you guys would like to see it up close. Let's go ahead and start with a 45. This is the size of record that they have a picture on the outside of being used, so I figure we'll try that. This is a cool adapter. I do like that. And then, you know, we just cue this up. I wouldn't usually do it like this, but just so you can see it a little easier. Cue it up to that position. You can close the lid. Power switch and, can't even see what I'm doing. Power switch and speed switch. So we are in 45 mode, and we're going to turn it on. Cool. Awesome. Very powerful sound. And you know, copyright hounds will be on me, but there we go. Let's flip over the record and give it another listen. Okay, so we may have encountered an issue. I noticed that the sound is pretty distorted, and you can leave the lid open too to play it, on the speaker. So I'm gonna try another speaker. Maybe it's the speaker. Before we rule out the, let's rule out the speaker system first before we say it's the turntable. Okay, so yeah, This one, the sound output is way too loud. By the way, you can put a 12-inch LP on there, or 10-inch. It does accommodate that. However, the sound, even on another speaker, is distorted as heck. Actually, that sounds better. It's a lot quieter of a record, too. Actually, that sounds fine. It does sound a little bit blown out. That's really weird. That's really, really weird. Because the 7-inch single CCR was definitely distorted. Oops, don't do that, kids. That's how records are damaged, and needles. So I tried the headphone output too, because it's more of a variable resistor, and you can tone it down because you obviously have more control. I got the same results. So this is really, really interesting. Let me try connecting it to a pair of proper speakers and use the RCA connectivity via an adapter and see if that sounds better. Then I'm going to hook up the headphones and we'll test the tracking force and all that stuff in a minute. All right, let's take a break here trying to figure out the sound. I did want to check the down pressure. It's a little bit heavier than the Cruiser. The Cruiser comes in right about 5.5 grams usually. This one, maybe 5.5 to 6. It's hard to tell on this analog gauge exactly. Also, this isn't an ideal place to check the pressure. You would want to check it further out on the record. So I'm not sure how being closer to the spindle impacts tracking force. So it's on the higher end. It's not astronomical. It's not going to damage your records. It's probably going to wear them out a little faster than a higher end turntable will, but it'll definitely get the job done for auditioning stuff, using it as a portable turntable, all that good stuff, just like it's intended. But anyway, there you go. Just wanted to show you that. It also bears mentioning too that a ceramic cartridge is intended to track higher. So for everybody that has the knee-jerk reaction of saying, oh, you shouldn't track over 1.5 grams or 3 grams, a ceramic cartridge can't track that light and can actually cause damage if it doesn't track heavy enough. So that, we've talked about records being able to design up to 9 grams of capacity in terms of what they can bear. And, older pickups, a lot of them were quite heavier than that. So, I've heard of ones being measured in the ounces range rather than, grams. Anyway, that's beside the point. It's not going to damage your records. It's going to wear them out a little bit faster. Are you going to notice? Probably not, unless you're using it all day, every day. Okay, here we go. Different speaker, different cable. First of all, it helps if you're on the right speed. So yeah, guys, this does not sound good. I mean, I can't. It is what it is. There's no. I always look on the positive side of stuff, and I was really excited about this. I'm really bummed, but the output from the line output is distorted and very harsh, very, very harsh. And the headphone output doesn't sound any better. I thought I could control that. Now, we could try to upgrade the stylus. Let's go ahead and upgrade the stylus. I mean, it wouldn't hurt, right? Sorry for my dry skin, but as you can see, the difference here on the left, there's the original one, the plastic cantilever, and it looks like a diamond needle, honestly. Usually the sapphire red have the ruby ones have a red tinge, which I'm not seeing. However, this replacement one will be much higher quality. Not only is the cantilever metal, it's got a rubber joint there versus just a shaft of plastic. And then I believe this one for sure has a diamond stylus. So let's go ahead and see if that solves our issue, hopefully. Okay, so to prove my earlier point, that stylus replacement was not quite the right size. So I did find one with a metal cantilever and a rubber joint. However, this is it is a ruby tip. But again, it's brand new and it's not going to give you any sound quality difference. It just wouldn't last quite as long. But I want to see if the stylus, if that super cheapo metal cantilever or plastic cantilever was the problem. So here we go. Hopefully the sound's better. Hopefully there is sound. Hey guys, I think that was the problem. Sounds better. Now it's still harsh. I mean, it still is a very entry-level product, but at the end of the day, it works. So we are getting sound that is not distorted beyond what it is spec'd out for. So let's go ahead and test those headphones now. I'm curious. Okay, thinking I had fixed the problem, I put back on the CCR record, and it was just as bad as ever. So false hope on the stylus. The headphones were really rough. Honestly, they reminded me of cheap headphones from the 80s. Sound was distorted, a lot of line noise. I hooked up my good headphones. No better, actually it sounded worse. So yeah, this one, guys, is a no. At least this particular one that I received is a no. I may investigate further by replacing the entire cartridge, or I may just get a return, try it again. I don't know. It shouldn't be this bad out of the box. I was not expecting, it sounding better than a suitcase player, but it should be on par with that, and it's not. It truly isn't. It is definitely distorting the sound significantly. But that's why you watch the show, guys. We review it good, bad, and otherwise. I love the idea of this. I love the design. I want it to work so bad, but this one just doesn't work. So I'm not going to put a link down below because I don't want to lead you astray. However, stay tuned. I'll let you know what happens, whether I replace it, repair it, whatever. The show's not over yet. Well, the show is over. The show is literally over, but the show on this device may not be over. We'll keep you updated. But that's going to do it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Happy record hunting, and we will see you tomorrow. Just one last-ditch effort. I went in and replaced the entire cartridge with a new ceramic cartridge, like for like, with a good stylus on there. And same results, guys. So it's beyond the needle, beyond the stylus. Something inside this device just doesn't like to work right. So anyway, just an epilogue there. Thanks for watching.